again, YouTube. AJ Shaver here. It's been a little bit of time since we've done one of our inventory walks around the wood yard, but as you can see behind me, there is quite a bit of stuff here, so let me get the camera flipped around and I'll show you exactly what we have listed for sale. All right, so I'm gonna start down here at kind of like the attachment end, even though I just walked past a Halverson 150. So we have a brute force log grapple. We had this one with us up at the Boonville show. We did a show price of $3,100. We are going to let this one go for $29,900, $2,990. We'll let the brute force grapple go for. This is a traditional style inverted splitter from brute force. They call it a Stumpbuster 30. That's because it has a 30-inch stroke on the cylinder. The wedge does float through the I-beam. Massive pusher plate. It's going to come with a 4-way. We can do a 6-way or an 8-way with this. It is a 30-ton, 30-inch, $5,400. It should be around $5,700. It does come complete with the hoses and the couplers. And then next we have the same thing, but it's spun sideways. I like it like this for the Toolcat, even the regular skid steer for that matter, because it puts the block directly in front of you and you can see what's going on. Even my mini MT85 can run this because all of the weight is really close to the hinge pin versus being, you know, like 8 feet all the way out in front. Again, the hose wrap, the cylinder, or hose wrap, the hoses, and the couplers. Standard skid steer plate on this one. Again, gonna offer it for $5,700. The horizontal does run a little bit more expensive than the traditional, just because of the way Josh does the I-beam on this. There's just a little bit more metal in this one. So $5,700 on the left to right. Inverted splitter. And yes, I'm walking away from the processor because I have a semi-pro. Forgot to put this back down. So it is a semi-pro removable hitch. The log lift is standard. It is an adjustable 4-way on this. We do have a bigger cylinder, which I'll show you in a second, but you can run up and down here 4 different height settings. We can do a 6-way or an 8-way in this one. I have them on the pallet. Again, has the bigger 4.5-inch cylinder in it. It's actually the same cylinder that's in that 2024 over there. It's just, this is Northeast in the US, and there's a lot of big knotted, twisted, crooked stuff. So I would rather know that it's going through it versus the 3.5-inch cylinder that's really fast. But if you're just busting up the big rounds like 20, 24-inch stuff, I want to really just shove it through that 8-way. We did the upgraded cylinder and we did the upgraded electric start on this one. It is a 14 horsepower Kohler. All of the semi-pros come with the log lift. They come with the fast split block, which is right here. And they also come with a solid axle down underneath, not the little cheap spin or weld-on spindles that go underneath the tank. No Autocycle on this one, just regular, you know, hold it to go forward and the detent to come backwards on the splitter ram. Base price on a semi-pro is $8,600. The bigger cylinder adds $800, so that's going to be $8,694, and then the electric start is like $600 to go with that. So it's a $10,000 package, but we'll let this one go for $9,000 with the 4-way. If you want additional wedges, I can add that into it. Sticking on the splitter front, this is a brand new 2024 coming with a 6-way, 8-way, and the standard 4-way. The log lift is standard. The hydraulic wedge adjustment is standard. The big pusher plate is standard. The big bore cylinder is standard. And yes, it's this cylinder that was on the semi-pro that's behind us. The Autocycle, the dual levers here is standard. The fast split block down underneath is standard. The oil cooler is even standard. Same highway tires, same solid axle underneath. Electric start is standard, 19 horse. And what makes this one nice, you get the auxiliary fuel tank versus the small little pancake style gas can that's on the smaller engines. So this one has a lot longer runtime on it. Really nice unit here. Big sorting table with some grizzly bars kind of factored into it. The hitch is removable, so you can butt this right up to a conveyor, the pickup truck, or like what we do with the Toolcat, or the MT has come underneath it with like the 6th cord log lift bags that we're not picking anything up off the ground, just split right into the bag. The splitter as itself with the 4-way is 17.7. I will package it out with the 4, the 6, and the 8-way wedges for 19.9. Again, brand new unit, will go with a factory warranty. We had this one at the Boonville show, so we put, I don't know, maybe 20-30 rounds through it up there. Very minimal, but it'll have the full 1-year warranty on it. Sticking into splitter territory, I've got some SplitForce units behind me. This one I think is really cool because it's Caterpillar yellow. So I was just on the phone with Matt from SplitForce, and for the Bunyan show, he's going to try to build a 1320, but do the base frame, like the chassis, in this yellow, and then do a black conveyor. I think that's going to be really good looking. I'm excited to see that, but I digress. So this is the SF-9t. It is a self-propelled unit, 9 horsepower motor. Log lift is optional, adds $1,000 to it. Now, all of the SplitForce units have the same table height, the same vertical mast, the same wedge, and the same cylinder. It's just the other things that we add to it, you know, whether it's self-propelled, towable, the side conveyor like that gray one that we had here, or the traditional 16-foot or the 20-foot conveyor that has, you know, the big old conveyor that just kind of goes up right off of this side. But this yellow one is a pull start, and we're going to do the end of summer special on it at 11.3. The one next to it, again, it's identical, just towable. We're going to do it for 9,300. So same everything else, same log lift, same cylinder, same motor, same oil, everything. Just the low speed off-road bearings on this one, not the bigger highway tires. And then we did do this one as an optional extended frame. So it's 60 inches from left to right, where normally it would be about here or so. And when you pick up the log lift, it adds an extra 28 inches to it. So it's quite a bit of real estate pops up on this SplitForce unit. I think I've got a guy coming up from Allentown tomorrow on this one. And I was talking with a gentleman from Westchester on that one. But new ones are about 30 to 45 days away, depending which model and what we decide to do as far as options and things on it. And now we can get into, oh wait, not the processors yet. We still have a couple of bag racks kicking around. So we are selling these for $1,150 plus the shipping on them. You're more than welcome to pick them up here in Dallas, Pennsylvania. 18612 is our zip code. And then, you know, we have our traditional 1.0, our 2.0, and then finally the 3.0 all here in the lineup. So we can do 6 bags at once off that big radius axle conveyor, the disc cleaner, and the 1824 Logzilla machine. So now that I've tempted you with processors, let's get into the big guys here in the back. It feels like this is like baptism by fire hose. I'm just kind of rattling through this, but trying to keep the video quasi short, but pack it full of information. This one is a 1424. It was up at Boonville. You will see it over on Darren Woodruff's channel, Woodruff Woods. He's only about 4 miles from here, so it's really nice to utilize him for an objective third party and let him run this. He's got a nice channel. Him and his wife, Lisa, do a really nice firewood business. They do some really good-looking bundles for the True Value store here in town. And I've talked about that on my Facebook page because it's a handsome bundle. He does a really good job. And he's a good friend, nice local resource for doing, you know, like I said, the independent reviews on it. So he hitches up here, tows it home, does his thing, brings it back a few hours later, and we're good to go. on this 1424, it's everything from the weld that is right here on the log trough forward is the extended frame. So in Boonville, we were hanging 24-foot logs off of this. You just have to have the trunk end, the butt end facing the wedge. Again, it's like the fat kid on a teeter-totter. You can go longer off of this side if you have all the weight here. Otherwise, the logs tend to dip off. But we did a good job up there in Boonville with balancing out the 24-footers. The live deck is hydraulic up and down. The conveyor is hydraulic up and down. There's no winches, no cables, no manual, anything on this unit. It's all hydraulic setup. It's a hydraulic wedge down underneath. And I believe we have the 8-way in this one. Yes, we do. We are selling this one with the 4-way, a 6-way, and an 8-way. It will go through, right about a 16-inch round piece of wood left to right, maybe 18, 20 inches tall because of that oval opening. So if you had something with like a crotch or a Y to it, you could PV it to get it at high noon for good clearance to come through. I like to Cadillac these up. So we have the big bore cylinder for the quick cycle time. We have the Autocycle, that's the double valve here. And we have the fast split on this one, again, with the full wedge package. And we did the sawdust chute. It's a really, really nice unit. I'll walk around here on the other side so you can see the power plant to it. The wedge holder, LED lights, the new rubber flaps to kind of help clear things, or steer things, I guess I should say, into the conveyor. The sawdust chute, the oil cooler, the bigger motor, the auxiliary fuel tank. This is a 26.5 horsepower Kohler EFI motor. We are sitting right around 47,000 on this. The base one is 39,000. The Autocycle adds $1,000. The fast split adds $1,000. The sawdust chute's a couple $100. The extended frame I think is like 3,600. We had to pay something for delivery to get it out here, so it's a really nice package. And truth be told, this one is a lot of fun to run. For it being a small, compact package, it just slays the firewood. I think we had a video from Boonville. We did a 24-footer in just a stupid amount of time. It was so fast. This one is an 1824. It was supposed to have a Chevrolet liquid-cooled motor on it for the show. That's why it's on the bigger frame. But the Chevy motor puked at the factory, so we went with the traditional 38 horsepower Kohler V-twin. But again, this one is also Cadillac up because it's everything from the weld straight in here, so you can see it this time. So it's from that weld forward is the extended frame, which gives this one the 4 legs, and it really handles the 24-footers well because it's just with the extra frame to it, it doesn't matter whether the butt end is facing the wedge or not. It goes up on there and gets fed in pretty well. So upgraded tandem axles, upgraded diamond plate fender, upgraded operation platform on this. Once you get into the 1824 level, whether it's the gas or the diesel, you automatically get the last log holder that's over here. I'll pick this up out of the way. So that helps cradle that last piece coming in, so you don't have to have your hand in here holding all that weight. The last log holder comes up, holds it. When you clamp down, you can release it, and then the piece will fall in after it's been bucked up. We upgraded this one, as you can see, with the positive log stop to guarantee that nice long piece, or same sized piece every time, not just based on that little snowplow whip hanging down. And again, once you get into the 1824 series, we do the side-to-side pivot conveyor on these. So this will go left and right, and you can probably fill, I'm gonna say probably 2 IBC totes left to right. You could probably get 3 in there, but you'd have to knock it into the outside edges, I would guess. I know we did a video up at Boonville with this thing swinging back and forth, and that is a 14-foot conveyor. We can do the optional 18-foot, the fold over the top deal, where it kind of comes up and over scorpion style, like what mine does. And again, we dressed this one up, big bore cylinder, the fast split, the Autocycle. We did the LED lights, we did the positive log stop, full wedge package again. 4-way, 6-way, 8-way. I have the 8-way on a pallet. The 14-foot conveyor is standard. The 18-foot fold over the top, I think, is like $8,600 or $8,900 if somebody wanted to do that. The tandem axles, the diamond plate, the operator's platform, the oil cooler, your bar oil reservoir there. The standard 38 horsepower Kohler EFI motor on this one. It does a really good job. I was just hoping for a liquid cooled one there at the show, just because nobody's doing a liquid cooled gas motor, so I like doing things that are different. Gonna ask like $76,000 on this one with the full wedge package and all of the options. It probably should be near 80, but again, just trying to, you know, end the summer sale. Firewood season is upon us. If you're looking to do a deal, so am I. Not going to give it away, and I like offers, not insults. So definitely reach out for anything we have here on the woodlot, because stuff is disappearing quickly. We actually sold the gray SplitForce unit last night. I had another semi-pro that was sitting right there about 2 hours ago, and that went home to New York because it had the Autocycle on it, and the customer really wanted that. Oh, I forgot about a Halverson unit. So this is my personal unit. We've had it around since about March. We were running this on the Toolcat. There's maybe 6 or 8 cord across this one. It is the left-hand version, so this works really well for the JCBs, the Volvo, a Toolcat, a telehandler, a tractor, your front end wheel loader, anything where the operator or the door is on the left-hand side looking out from the machine standpoint, because normally the saw and the wedge is on the other side. So when I'm in the Toolcat, I'm actually sitting right back here on this side, and that gives me the beautiful sight line for seeing just what's going on in the splitter chamber, the saw, and the wedge all at the same time. So for those teleskids, and like I said, the JCBs, the Volvos, it all works pretty well. The base 150 is $21,500. The 6-way wedge adds another like $725 to it. Like this one, if we do the 6-way in lieu of the 4-way, it's a $350 add. And then I've got the Bobcat harness on it. It'll come standard with the 14-pin universal plug. And I will sell this one as a demo unit for $20,000. So that's what we have going on. One semi-pro, one 2024, 2 inverted splitters, log grapple, 2 SplitForce units, both SF-9, one self-propelled, one towable, a 1424, an 1824, the Halverson, a couple bag racks, and a partridge in the pear tree. Whew. Need a drink of water after that one. That got a lot longer than I wanted it to, but there's a lot of stuff here. So if we can earn your business with the sales quote, would love to hear from you. You can email me. It's sales@shaverequipment.com. Probably the best way to do it is to call me. It's 833-SPLITTER. It's 833-775-4887, and I can get you a sales quote on anything that's here. If something does disappear, we can build a new one. I do have 2 semi-pros in Wisconsin wrapping up production, and a 2024. So if you're from like the middle of the US to the West Coast, I probably just ship something right out of Wisconsin versus bringing it out of Pennsylvania here. So would love to hear from you. Like I said, give us a phone call, shoot us an email. I don't think it's going to be around long. I would venture to say these two, based on the conversations I've had today, will not be here through the weekend, but never know. Give me a phone call, send me a deposit. They could be yours. All top-notch firewood pieces of equipment. Would love to find them a new home that's not on my property. So give me a phone call. We'll talk to you soon, guys. Hope to hear from you. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and stay up to date on everything we have going on.